All right, welcome back to Melon Economy News. This will be part two of our section called Economy Primed. We're gonna go ahead and let's get it started for right here, right now. But let's go ahead and let's get it started. All right. So look at here. We're gonna start off where we left out again. We're at usdebtclock.org, but you need to go ahead and look further down. Before we look down, we're gonna take a look at the U.S. national debt. As you can see, pay attention to it. As once again, you see the federal debt is actually going up, but you look at the federal spending, it has continued to drop. Look at the federal budget deficit, that has continued to drop. It's under the $2 trillion now, so that has continued to drop. All right. Let's go and go. Behold, we see the credit card debt. That's actually it's continuing to go down, continue to go up. I'm sorry about that. But let's focus on something here that we need to take a look at. Now, all right, scratch that. I'm sorry about that. But take a look at over here where it says money creation. All right, you see the M2 money supply that is going up. All right, M2 money supply since 2000 that is continuing to rising. But go and take a look over here to U.S. Treasury dollars now. U.S. Treasury dollars since 2000. That number is slowly but surely dropping. It is slowly but surely dropping down. Just pay attention to it. Get on usdebtclock.org and see for yourself. Let me know in the comment section what you think. But look at that number. It's steady dropping slowly but surely. And that is because they're not creating U.S. greenbacks anymore, federal dollars. They're actually taking money back from the system. And the M2 money supply, that could be my guess. It's just a theory that I have. Let me know in the comment section what you think. But that is all the U.S. Treasury dollars that are now coming back from overseas home. That's why that money supply is coming into effect, and that's part of the reason, part of why. Just me saying here, my own theories on this channel. This is why we're seeing current inflation to go up, because all this free money and cheap dollars that was spent all over this time is now coming back to the U.S., causing inflation here. All right, and it might even be causing hyperinflation soon, because everything is set to go up and up and up. All right, so we just want to hit you up for here. We see the U.S. Treasury has not been creating any dollars; they've been actually taking out of supply. But at the same time, since the U.S. has lost the world's reserve currency status, that money is now coming back home to the United States, because people around the world have lost faith in the dollar and the greenback. All right, so let me know what you think about this in the comment section. All right, and this is from usdebtclock.org. All right, and then for our final story of part two of Economy Prime, we got more news back in April. All right, this is from Shift Gold. All right, shiftgold.com. They're now reporting news coming out of April. This is now June. Normally, they're a month behind getting all the readings read out. But think about this: central banks buying gold continued in April. All right, all the way up and down. March they bought gold. April they're buying gold, and it ain't stopped. All right, I'm pretty sure when May comes out, they're going to be buying gold too. After increasing gold holdings by 84 tons in the first quarter of this year, central banks continue to be net gold buyers in April. All right. Globally, central banks added a net 19.4 tons of gold to their holdings in April. Four banks made up the bulk of April gold buying. All right, Uzbekistan was the biggest buyer, increasing their gold holdings by 8.7 tons. Gold reserve account for 60% Uzbek total reserve. All right. Next was Kazakhstan. All right, and then it just goes on and on. Then you got Turkey; they continue to buy gold. Their lira, their fiat currency is dropping like flies. All right, and they got issues. India, which is all day. India is one of the nations that actually tells their people to buy precious metals. All right, they don't play around. You go to a wedding in India, it's lavishly, and even if they can barely afford, they got so much gold there. It is fully lavished with gold, and they tell their people to keep buying gold left and right. All right, we need to get our act together here in the States. All right, by figuring the Federated States. Of the Restored Republic, United States of North America. All right. And so we're going to keep going with this one. All right. And just let you know about what's going on. This is a short broadcast. We started, sorry about the delay in part two of the part two of Economy Prime. But as you see, the markets, the actual federal deficit is going down. The M2 money supply is going up because all of it, and what we feel is all the money coming back here to the U.S. And that's also why the U.S. Mint has not been, and the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve have not been printing more dollars. That's why you're seeing the M2 money supply go down. But at the same time, all that cheap dollars is now coming back home, which is causing the money supply to go up. So long story short, we haven't been printing money, but all that money has been overseas and now coming back here. The U.S. has lost the world reserve currency status. All right, but get this story out to you. Like I said, do your research. Don't just believe what we say. Thank you once again for joining us. Part two of our story, Economy Prime. I want to thank you again for joining us. Another edition of Melon Economy News. Please be safe, be sound. Remember, you're your own best financier, your own best your own best credit union, your own best savings and loans. All right, you're your own best banker. All right, and you're your own best financier. Thank you again for joining us. This is Milligram News. Please be safe, be sound. Let's get started.